Right, hello and welcome to our live Matchday Vlogs preview for the upcoming game at Bramall Lane. Have I got that right? Bramall Lane?
Yeah, that's the one.
Up north where they make cutlery. We're away at Sheffield United. Welcome to everyone. As always, please remember to smash that like button. And if you are new here, welcome. And be sure to subscribe if you're not new and you haven't subscribed, what's wrong with you, and all those kind of things and stuff like that. So yeah, here we are. How are we doing, Jack? You well?
Yeah, mate, all good. I'm over the weekend. It's over Monday. It's fine. I've not thought about it.
I was going to say the weekend was fine.
Yeah, the weekend was fine. Monday sucked. I just sat there and wallowed, and then today I just started reading through Southampton gossip pages, and I started to get a bit more back into it. And then I had a day of like, right, let's start loving Southampton again today.
You had a moment just to
Let's get into it.
Let's just take a step back.
Let's just chill out. And then it didn't help that when I got my free shirt arrived and it was see-through.
Yeah, tell us about it. So Jack had one of the he bought the shirt when it was everything was fine and dandy, and then of course they changed the sponsor and he got the letter and all those kind of things, and it went on and on and on and on. And now finally you've got your replacement shirt, and it's even more see-through than the Under Armour one.
Mate, if you like, I got it out the bag. I held it up. I was like, oh, it looks really thin, and I held it to the window, and I could see the cars through it. And I was like, oh no.
I think that might be the same as because I got you got the dark blue one, right?
Yeah, the dark blue one.
Yeah,
and it's not even blue when you hold it up. It's like shimmery. It's like
right.
It's mainly light.
Are you wearing it now? Is it that see-through that?
Yeah, that is. I've had to buy 3 more. So when I wear it on Saturday, you're actually seeing 3 of them stacked on top of each other.
Oh dear. All the silliness, but at least you finally got it sorted.
Yeah, I got a shirt out of it. First time I've ever had a Premier League patch, because I'm not one of those nutters that pays for that.
What did you get printed on the back? Did you get anything printed on it?
Yeah, I got Martin number 7.
Oh, nice.
Obviously. I mean, look at me, pal. I'm a born number 7.
Yeah.
And, you know, Shane's out on loan. Shane is out on loan.
Loan's out on long.
Loan's out on long. And so, you know, if they need me, number 7's not taken right now. So
absolutely. And we've just got another thing for the merch store, haven't we? Loans out on long. There we go.
Loans out on long.
There we go. So, do we look back at Everton? Do we spend the time doing that? Do the viewers of the channel want to? Do you want us to go over the Everton thing? Because I feel like we've gone through it. On the post-match show, we had Hassan. It was great because Hassan brought to light a few obvious kind of things that I think we've missed actually.
Yeah.
One of which was the fact that we couldn't string 3 passes together. I thought that was a key point. And actually, it was something that I thought in the Leeds game was really disappointing. And I thought, yeah, but the pitch was rubbish. And then we couldn't even do it at Goodson Park. So
it's an issue. But it's just crazy just how many times we lost the ball. I saw this stat today, and I don't know if it's official because it didn't look official. But it said that Nathan Redmond gave the ball away 22 times. But that sounds reasonable.
It used to be his shirt number as well.
Do you know what I mean? Like every time he got the ball, the ball was lost.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The ball was never with us. How we kept possession for any amount of time, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it was hugely frustrating. And I think that the most frustrating thing for me was the fact that when he had the ball, he kept trying to do these back heel flicks, and it was just like
Phil Neville stepovers. Just that's what they were. Phil Neville stepovers, full body.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, but it just felt like a game we could have won, and I think that's what annoys me the most. That like Everton have 1 shot on target and they'd score with it, and we had 1 shot on target in the 80-something minute by an on the floor Vestergaard, and it just felt like the game was there for the taking,
Yeah.
just like the game against Aston Villa, just like the game we played against 9 men up at Newcastle. It was just there, and we couldn't do it. And that's what it's just another one of those annoying ones, really. So the one that got away.
It is. It's you're excited for. It's why I'm excited for Minamino to be back on the weekend, because it was crazy that we had up front. You know, we started the game. It was like, wow, we're a really attacking team. And you got to the end of the game, and you were like, cool. It was a pretty good defensive display in the end. You know, we tolerated them pretty well, but it was just nothing going forward.
Yeah,
and I think there's such a difference in class when Minamino's on the pitch and people are back in their right positions. I want to say, you know,
yep.
People are actually doing what they're meant to be doing. You know, I'm not sure what role Nathan Redmond's meant to be playing right now, whether it's attacking or it's that number 10 role. I don't know where he's meant to be, and then he ends up just running into people anyway, so it doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah, where he's meant to be. I mean, when he's playing well, you know, Redmond's great, but you know, I think many people might think, well, where he's meant to be is on the bench at the moment because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Sounds harsh, but I'm sure many will agree.
Here's the thing: the problem's so deep. Is like it's the same with Danny Ings as well. You're like, well, he's not giving anything. You know, it's bad because for the second week in a row, Ralph mentioned Obafemi in the press conference. It's like you said his name twice now, so that means you miss him.
Yeah, and if he was fit, you'd definitely be playing him, would you?
I think we would have seen him by now.
Yeah. So let's there we go. Everton game's gone. We don't need to talk about it. Interesting presser from Hasenhüttl today. Couple of things. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
I saw a bit of the highlights. What I grabbed from it is the fact that Hasenhüttl was regressing massively, trimming the squad down.
Yep.
He's finding that it's. I think I've taken these from the things you sent me earlier, so maybe you should go through this, Joe. I don't want to steal your notes. So it's just wrong. Draw from your notes that you sent me. So,
I mean, that's why I sent
it away.
It's more of a producer role I play here now. It's more of a writer role I supply now. Yeah, but by the sounds of it, Ralph has realised it was a mistake to get rid of Boufal. You know, maybe let Elyounoussi go out for another season. Not because they're great players, but it's just you just need that squad depth. How much? Would these mistakes be happening if we still had those kind of players just on the bench? I mean, even in the days where it was bad, at least there was some stability on the bench and you could move some stuff about a little bit. And you had somewhat senior players, people who could have the potential to turn up. Like, it's a stretch, but it's better than what we've got.
Right. It's
a more sturdy ground than what we've got. And I think Ralph's realised what's happened. And now he realises that at the end of the season, he has to sort of admit that at the beginning of the season he was wrong in getting rid of those players, including the ones that we got in January. Like, why were they still? Did he just forget to say, "Oh, don't do that because it's getting harder"? Or was it only after they left that he realised, "Oh, actually, have I oversold this?" Is it like on FIFA where you just getting out all the old crop to make your mega team? You've just realised, "Oh, actually, I've I've sold all the goalkeepers in the transfer window shut."
It was a weird one though, because he mentioned the fact that he was forced to get rid of players just to get the funds to bring in Minamino, but I don't buy that. It's just like, what are you saving from Jan Valery and Jake Vokins?
Yeah, I don't see that as the saving as it sounds.
So I thought that was a bit of a weird one, but we have some players coming back.
We do.
So we can actually have a look at this lineup and actually put players in the positions they're supposed to be. Just going to have a quick scroll through before we jump into the formation. Just going to scroll through the chat section to see if we've got coming in the room here. Let's have a look. Wow, loads of people here. Cool, look at this.
Oh, the people
here for positivity. Glad to hear it. Sorry, we went over the Everton thing. David Baker's in the room. Looking all good. Yeah, we'll be going through the lineups shortly of what we'll be thinking. Kyle Walker-Peters, Diallo, and Minamino are back. Yeah, it's all good news. All good news.
Yes.
Sorry, this is just me. This is you watching me read chat section. That's Yeah, it's not really good concept, really, is it? So anyway, let's move on to the team sheets. Now, let's see if I can be clever and do this.
Oh, we got graphics, guys. We've been on other people's channels, and now we've got graphics.
This is where let me see. Application window, share screen. Here we go. I should have done this before. There we go. There we go. So, looking at the potential formation, obviously we will be in our away strip. So, but I put it in red.
Just in time. Just in time.
Just in time. Just in time. Absolutely.
They knew what they were doing.
So, here is basically what I've got made up here. Now, let me see if I can just move these around a little bit because I don't see it being exactly like this. Veteran and Carl Walker Peters goes flipping everywhere. He starts here and he finishes here. That's why we need him to break down defense. So this is basically the lineup that I'm kind of thinking, looking at the players that we've got fit and available. This is what I'm thinking. And we've got an actual number 6 in the number 6 position.
Craziness. I can't wait to see him as well. I can't wait to see him. But what I don't want to happen is that at the 75th minute of the game, for some reason, he has to go fullback.
Right.
Like, I want him to be in that position the entire game.
So, I mean, these players they're definitely all back. You haven't just sort of, this 100% starting, you reckon?
Well, what Ralph said is that they are training and they'll probably be in the game on the weekend.
Okay.
But there's a good chance that, maybe because it's Sheffield and he might be a bit overconfident like he was against Leeds, and maybe he won't start some people. Maybe.
I reckon he's going in strong.
So do I. I think he's like, we've got to win this game. Sorry, boys.
100%, because he literally has to get 3 points on the board. That for me is an absolute mess. I mean, I watched the game Sheffield played against Aston Villa. Another shocking VAR decision that had Phil Jagielka sent off, so he won't be featuring in the game against us. Although I'm wondering if that decision might be overturned. Did you see that sending off?
I did. In this season, I would probably think it might get rescinded, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think it was as bad as like.
It was a weird feeling. It was a weird feeling because I was looking at it thinking like, oh yeah, well they're defensively weakened against us at the weekend, but it's another horrendous decision.
Solidarity, brother. It's all about solidarity right now.
Yeah.
The refs are terrible.
It was shocking. For anyone that didn't see it, there was another defender who was casually jogging alongside, who definitely would have made it back to make a covering position. But there we go. Let's not talk about bad VAR decisions in irrelevant games.
Exactly.
Let's not dwell on that too much. But looking at this lineup here, I mean, that would arguably be the strongest 11 that Hasenhüttl could put out. But I didn't, apart from that McGoldrick goal, Sheffield United aren't scoring loads of goals. But I can see this being a game. If we concede, we're in big trouble.
Yeah,
they'll just park the bus. If they can do it against, okay, Aston Villa didn't have Jack Grealish in the side, but if they can hold out with 10 men on the pitch and hold on to a 1-0 lead, I can see us having trouble sort of breaking it down. So if we can score first, it's, in my mind, I'm jumping straight on the score predictions here, but I can see this being a 2-0 win.
A 2-0 win. Cool. He loves it, doesn't he?
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good scoreline. I'm going to go for 3-0.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to take it up there. I want this. I want a good win. I want a big old win. I want goals. I want Minamino. I want Ings. I want Ward-Prowse. I want them all to score. And I want Gineppo to score. I think he deserves a goal. I think he deserves that spot in the team.
Yeah.
But I got a funny feeling that Redmond will start because
really,
I don't know. I just think not because I think he's playing well, but because I think Ralph sees that as the safer bet. I think he sees. All right, Minamino's back, and I know that Redmond and Minamino worked together like they did in the Chelsea game. Like they did that goal did work. He did fill in that number 10 role. But Ralph seems to think that Redmond plays better go like forward. So I don't know. So
Well, it
Just
might be a good
just to me.
shout. It might be a good shout because we got Diallo back in that number 6 role. By the way, am I spelling Diallo right? That looks wrong. Am I missing an L?
I actually can't see it. It's so small on my screen.
Oh. Let's look at chat
I
session.
thank God you said Gineppo, because it could have gone either way this end. Like D or an R, I can't see it.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a blur. But there we go. It's a good shout. Now that we've got Diallo back. Oh, thank you, Dexter's jumping in here. There we go. Apparently that's the way to do it. Thank you. Right. It's like I'm an English teacher in the room.
But I do honestly feel like if we're talking about all the wingers, I probably would say Teller over Redmond right now. Teller had those great attacking threats, and
Yeah.
Although his finishing was below par, it's more than what Redmond seemed to give, and is injective like energy at the end of the games and stuff has been I thought some really good. So I wouldn't mind seeing Teller start, but can you believe we're talking about options in a position?
Yeah, it's true.
We're talking about options in a position that isn't goalkeeper. That's a novel idea.
Yeah,
but if it was up to me, I'd say start Gineppo, but I think Ralph will probably start Redmond.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it hangs in the balance, really. I mean, obviously they have an actual number 6 role here, because that's what messed us up in the Everton game. Is because there was a moment when Armstrong was tracking back, because of course he was over here. Let's imagine Diallo, someone else for a moment, and Armstrong was tracking back after coming together the two central defenders, and in a moment where Romeo or Diallo would have jumped in for a challenge, Armstrong just trots along behind, not being used to the role. So and there we go. We go a goal down and lose the game 1-0. But having an actual number 6, defensive-minded midfield player who's there to win the ball back,
and can
maybe
from what we've seen, can press forward and has got a good pass in him.
Maybe that frees up Redmond.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. It might work in Redmond's favor. Here's the thing: it might be that, like, this is the opportunity for everyone to sort of, like, this is the starting team. If ideally it would be Redmond starting if everybody was playing at the potential we think they can play at.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be the moment that he shows why he should be here. But it's getting. I don't think he's number 1 right now.
Who? What, Redmond?
Yeah, I don't think Redmond's number 1 right now, but I feel like, in his mind he should be. So prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Start doing it, or see you later, son.
Yeah, it's amazing we got options in those kind of things. So everyone in the chat section, if you do me a favor, if you can smash in your score predictions right now, and we will be going through those very, very shortly. So yeah, but in terms of, is there anyone who's a threat that you can see from Sheffield United that you're worried about?
No, Sheffield. I mean, I'll be honest, I've not paid too much attention to Sheffield this season, because it's not like, unfortunately for them, if our football's bad, theirs is even worse. So it's, I've already got depressing football to watch, so I've not paid much mind to them. But I know how good Chris Wilder is as a manager, and what he can bring to a game.
Yeah.
So it's just another game where you have to see how Ralph manages it tactically, and how, if we can, like you say, if we do go a goal behind, will we be able to just take apart that bus?
Yeah.
But hopefully, I would say with Minamino, yeah, because when there seems to be points when we pass the ball around the box and don't know where to go, that he seems to be just in space that no one ever is. Right. He always every time I see him on the box, he seems to be in a decent position.
Mm-hmm.
So he just adds a little bit of something. So who knows? But that's the biggest threat. Like you say, if we go goal down,
because that's the thing. I mean, Sheffield United, they've got to get a win. They've got to be going for wins. So even if it's in a stalemate position, they're going to be pushing forward. A point's not good enough for them. They have to get 3 points. So that could play into our favor. Well, it will play into our favor when we're trying to break them down. But like I said, if they score first, heaven forbid, that's when I think we're going to run into trouble. So there we go. Right, so let's have a look at these score predictions. Going to top it all. There's some big ones. Okay. David Becker's going for a 2-1. Binara Chowdhury is going for a 4-0 to the Saints. Harvey's going for a 9-0. All right. Which direction? Be clear on that. 2-0 in the first half from Tom Frankham. Oh, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah.
2-0 in the first half and Cruz the second. Yeah.
No, actually, I don't even like 2-0. No, I like 1-0 at the first half and 2-0 straight away in the second half. I don't like going in at 2-0
like 50th minute.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well, does it? That doesn't. No.
Yeah.
That means we've won the first half.
Yeah. So Zandif reckons we're going to flip it and win 9-0. That'd be something. Maybe to get something back there. Dexter Venom's 2-1 to the Saints. I'm guessing last minute Vestergaard winner. Yeah, so 2-1 to the Saints. I think this could be the turning point. 2-0 Saints from Michael Kinsella. Dan T's going for a 3-1 Saints win. So it's good amount of comfortability here. Jack won't like this, but 1-1.
Get out.
Tom, stick around. You're welcome.
It's not. It's not okay.
McGoldrick could be a threat. Yeah, former Saint too. So, but looking down there, I mean, I was watching the Fulham Tottenham game earlier. Not sure if anyone else was. Thank you for the score prediction, by the way. That was good participation. Good job, everyone. Let me pull this out so we can actually see our faces. There we go. We're back.
Hey.
I was watching the Fulham Tottenham game earlier, and Fulham were really going for it. And I actually saw a Mario Lemina running.
Yeah, I think Scott Parker's just doing a wicked job of just trying to rile this team. I think more than anything, that's what they've got is a Scott Parker mentality.
Right.
You know, I think if you get that in your players, that's something good. So yeah, on their day, they can really cause havoc.
Yeah,
which is a worry. It's always a worry.
It is. I mean, they're the team I'm most worried about because they definitely deserve the point tonight. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing. I see Sheffield and I see a team that I mean, our Premier League record is 3-3.
Right.
You know, but when I look at Fulham, I'm like, that's shakier at the best of times. You know, even on their worst season, they'd probably get 3 points against us in the season. So they're always shaky. But yeah, and that's the other thing in it. It's Lemina and Harrison Reed. And I feel like if there's a moment where we're down the dumps a little bit, that's that's a good boot. But you know, would you want? I mean, that's another one. Would you want? I mean, would Lemina really made a difference this season for us? Probably.
I mean, on his day, he's great.
I mean, when we were at that. I mean, at that game against United, if you had the choice of Jankowicz or hit Lemina in the middle there, I know it's hard. It's a hard decision.
No, it's not. Lemina all day long. I mean, he's more of an attacking player, but yeah, he can do that kind of role as well. But he's great at retaining the ball and holding it up. And I thought he looked pretty decent tonight, which is annoying.
Well, it's not. Well, it's not annoying because that just means we don't. That's somebody we don't have to buy in the transfer window.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know, we have to think about as much as it's like right, we got to get through this season's first. A little bit of me is like, how do we fix it going forward? It's like, well, we could keep him. How much longer is on his contract? You know, although
he must be in his final year. He must be.
Must be. Maybe he's not the one, but there are other players out and about there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think so. That's just jumping in here. Is Mina sold or on loan? He is on loan, I believe.
Yeah, and I think we sold Reed. Reed we sold and
Reed we sold.
Yeah,
yeah. Reed we sold for 8 million, was it?
I think so. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think how much we spent on Kyle Walker-Peters.
It's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. But that's the other thing when it comes down to like end of the season, like you hear Minamino could be going to Seville for 9 million. It's like, well, that sounds like our price range. Could we, if we're getting squad depth, let's get him in for sure.
Yeah, or maybe that's something that the agent's floating around just to get our interest up. because you're right. I mean, it's that kind of money, but I'm sure Minamino will probably want to stay in the Premier League, won't he?
You would think so. I know it's that silly thing of the best way to get yourself into a Liverpool team is to play for Southampton, but you know,
true.
you can also it's also like a prove your point sort of thing from him. You know, look what I can do in this league, and he has been killing it for us. Can't deny it. It's been one bad game, I'd say.
Yeah,
that he's played. Yeah,
Liverpool. God, I thought I can see their second there. Sorry, I've got the iPad down to my right here, but a Liverpool side who are losing again at Anfield.
Yeah,
what is going on? Madness, absolute madness. Obviously riddled with many injuries, as are we. But I think they are the worst in terms of the injuries they've got. Anyway, where were we? Sorry, I was distracted then.
But like, as you know, I see someone in the comments, Tom saying in the comments that Lemina's ego is the problem. But you say that, but then you look at that performance tonight where he's running about for Scott Parker. Maybe maybe it's one of those very few times where sending somebody out on loan has actually really done the job. Yeah. I also think, you know, part of me was thinking the same about Elyounoussi until Celtic started tanking this season. But then, you know, that's because they don't have Fraser Forster anymore, and he's about to change our season as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was the other contentious thing in my lineup that I had there. But just a quick one on the Lemina thing and ego. I think the effort though has to be consistent, and I think, you know, we perhaps saw a decent game from Mario once in a while, and then the next game he just looked like he didn't want to be there and wasn't running as much as he would. Whether that was injury related or ego related, you can never really tell on these things, can you? But it never looks good when you're, you know, kicking back on Instagram stories and just, you know, relaxing in the back of a nice car when everyone's putting in the graft and doing the training. But never looks good. Never looks good. But you think, sorry, jumping ahead, do you think Forster retains his place in goal?
Yeah, I think so. I thought that the back line just seemed a bit different with him there. Knowing that they didn't have him to rely on, they couldn't rely on him for the back pass every time, so they didn't always have to go back there. But at the same time, I think he's just more vocal. People are in position. You know, there was a couple, but, you know, it wasn't too many times that we were caught out. Everton didn't really cause us much threat because it was nice and sturdy. I didn't see any distribution problems. There was that, you know, decent save. Okay, there was the goal, but no, it wasn't like he was at fault for the goal or anything.
Right. So, you thought the defensive lineup was much stronger. I mean, I saw that too. They did look a bit more comfortable, and, you know.
And Ralph said in the conference, it's all about, with goalkeepers, it's all about, you know, confidence. And right now, you know, McCarthy's confidence is as bad as you can get, and Forster, you know, is doing pretty well. So let's get the upswing. Yeah, you've just got to catch him on the upswing. I think right now Forster's in a better position, doing the right thing, and it just makes an effect just on the back line. I think they're just more aware that they have to do their job. They're not relying on somebody who could easily mess it up. Like Ralph said in the press conference, the only game he said with McCarthy was the Newcastle game, which is when he passed the ball to no one again. You know, once you do that too many times, it's kind of over. So
should he have made the change then, like before that Newcastle game?
That's the thing. That's when I was really starting to ask for it.
Yeah,
like it wasn't after the United game. I was like, that's everybody's fault, tonight.
Yeah,
but in hindsight, you probably could have been like, probably should have taken him out there because you took Gunn out because you can't. Your confidence seems to be so low after 9-0. Like you just shouldn't play the next match. Like maybe.
I mean, Gunn had some massive howlers prior to that other big result.
Yeah, but so has McCarthy.
Yeah,
McCarthy has done that back pass to no one, or just been at the court. He could quite out of position loads of times.
Yeah,
and he has had those games where he's saved some decent shots, but I think Forster's the better shot stopper.
Yeah. I think we're in agreement there. There we go. And I totally agree with Dexter's comment here. Whoever scores first will win the game. 100%.
Well, that bodes well for us then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think if there's a team that looks like they we always look like we're about to get the early goal, don't we? And then we don't.
Yeah.
And then there are those games where we do get that early goal, and then we concede it. That's where we've been playing recently. So it's always a chance. So it's got to come earlier. But and with Minamino on the pitch, like I say, I feel like that speed and that extra bit of flair, Ings, it might be if they could play for their full 100% for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I think that will smoke. Sheffield for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been a few talk here and there. Try this comment from Dan here. A few heart and the mouse moments with Forster. There are indeed. It's because he gets less involved with the outfield play, in my opinion, and just a bit more of a commanding role in the back line there. But in terms of the run of results that we've had in the Premier League, a lot of people looking at this like last chance saloon for Ralph. I mean, he said in the press earlier that this isn't a must-win game, which baffles, I think, many people. I mean, I think, in regards to where we are positioned in the table, of course, there's still a buffer there, but you've just got to get back into winning ways. And if you can't do it against a Sheffield United side at the bottom of the table, what can you do? I mean, what did you make of that when he said it wasn't a must-win?
For me, that kind of came across as one of those. It's not
take the pressure off themselves.
It's not a must-win game because every game's a must-win game in the sense, in this league. That's what I think he knows. This is a game where I need to win it for himself to not look like it looks bad. Like,
yeah,
you need to win. You need to win this game. Like they've been really terrible this season. And you know how to beat them because you've beaten them.
Right.
You've beat. Is it 3 times? Yeah, he must have been in charge all 3 times. Right. Yeah. That maths worked. So yeah. So you know how to beat him. So this and you've got a full squad, or what we think will be pretty close to a full squad. This is all set up for you to perform to your best this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, the critics will have all the right to say what they want.
Oh man, yeah, it's going to be horrendous, absolutely horrendous,
and it'll be horrendous for a long time because the club, I think, will stick with him.
Yeah,
I think the club see what we see now of what the plan is for the future, and it's I think you should be more worried about how bad the club's being run if they get rid of Ralph and don't stick with a plan.
Yeah,
than you would be if he did that and he didn't back him as fully as he wanted.
I mean, I think that they're sticking with Ralph because of the fact that they know how little investment they've made.
Yeah.
And what a decent job he's done. I mean, okay, we don't know whose decisions it was to trim the squad down. He might have had to sit down with the board and they say, look, you've got to lose this, got to lose that for us to function and maintain what we're doing. And he might have been in absolute uproar about it, but having to put on a brave face for the cameras and say, well, we ought to be looking at trimming down the squad. We don't know the full ins and outs. But I think, considering potentially those conversations have been made, I think you're right. I don't think, this is a must-win game for his job position. But in regards to a momentum changer and to get the fans back on side, he's got to be looking at them, especially with Man City coming up on Wednesday. I mean, that's just going to be. I don't even want to go into that.
You need this win to have that confidence going into that City game to get anything out of that City game.
Yeah,
that's just the way to look at. That's just the way to see it. You need if you're going to get anything out of that, or even to the point of like you're not going to be embarrassed again in that game.
Yeah,
because City. I mean. They're better. They're probably a little bit better than Man United, I'd say. Probably. If you were to take a poll right now, most people would probably say Man City are a little bit better. So
yeah, it's so good. I mean, that first half they had against Wolves was just ridiculous. I think Wolves didn't even have a touch in the penalty area, let alone a shot on goal. It was dominating. So yeah. But who knows? Maybe we can do well against a side that takes so much possession. We shall see.
We did it. Nobody would have thought we were going to beat City last season.
It's true.
And then Shea score from the halfway. It'd be nice stuff for him to. Maybe that's it. Maybe Shea waits for that end of the season, and he's like, "Bow, now I'm wicked."
Yeah.
And then he just tails off again, and you just have to wait for him. Just have to wait for him. He just comes out. Save the day.
So there we go. Well, I think we pretty much summed everything up. Thanks to everyone who's joined us during this episode. I think we're overall we're feeling confident. Jack's going for a 3-0. Is that right?
Yeah, mate. Let's go 3-0.
Jack's going 3-0. I'm going for a slightly lesser 2-0. But either way, I just want to win this one so much, just so we can just get out of this rut and just get some more points on the board, so that there aren't these conversations going on. So
don't you want to be able to finish a stream, and when you go out into the other room and someone asks you, "How was it?" and you can finally and it doesn't end with, "Oh, that's a shame."
Yeah,
hate it so much, and it's happened for too long now. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a shame.
What are the tactics in your household now? I mean, I'm getting offered biscuits. So,
there's
biscuit.
I think there's. No, here's the thing. I think football's been so deep. Everyone in our household has had a season ticket for many generations. So I think everyone just knows to just be like, "Shut up, grow up."
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
But these things help, don't they? We can talk about it.
Yeah, this helps. This vents. This makes me not go crazy.
Exactly. This is why we do it, people. This is why we do it, so we can all just vent about it and then just move on with other things in our lives. So it's good stuff.
I mean, this is what keeps me, off the streets. Stops me loitering.
You can't do that at the moment, can you? Anyway, let's not go too dark at the end of the stream. As always, thanks to everyone who's joined us. We will be doing the live watch along and post match show. And do you know what? I might do something crazy for the post match.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking about this. I might just put out the link to join, so anyone can join. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it will come up along the bottom, but if anyone wants to jump in for a couple minutes and give their opinions, then why not? Who knows?
Mate,
it might be a bit dangerous.
Have you seen what Tom Pascal's been commenting tonight? He said a draw. He ain't loud on it. He ain't coming on. Not a chance. Not a chance. So let me go through. So yeah.
I'll tell you, if we win, I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. I tell you what. How about this? If he starts Redmond, do it. If he starts Gineppo.
All right. So if he starts Redmond and we win, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Go with that. We're getting risque. Right.
Risque.
All right, people. Well, you've listened to us. We're on far too much, but we will see you for the live watch along on Saturday afternoon, and then for the post match show. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one. All right, thanks everyone. Cheers.
Bye.